What is up, everyone? Welcome back to a second version of the GOAT Show, known as GOAT Game Day. Today, Blake and I will be doing our predictions for today's games, and man, it is going to be a good slate of games today. But starting out in the Big Ten East, we're going to go with the Maryland Terrapins at Indiana Hoosiers first. I think Talia has a very great game, and I'm going to go with the Terrapins 37-24. Blake, who do you have?
Today in this game, I do believe Maryland gets the win 38-32. I have a high scoring turnover game, but Maryland comes in to win.
Next up, we have two struggling teams in the Big Ten that were projected to do big things this year. We have Wisconsin at Michigan State. I do think Michigan State ends up winning this game in a very low-scoring game. I just think they have the better offense. So I'm going to go with the Spartans 21-13. Blake, who do you have?
Today, I agree with you. I have this being a low scoring affair with Michigan squeaking off the win with the score of 14-18.
Heading into the Big Ten West, we have Nebraska at Purdue. Purdue seems to be a lot better on the road than at home, but they're playing Nebraska. So at this point, I don't really think Nebraska's going to win. Nebraska has looked good the last 2 weeks, but they haven't really beat anyone that's like really good. Purdue, on the other hand, beat Minnesota, and they've beaten some good other teams. But I'm going to go with the Boilermakers 31-17. Blake, who do you have?
Today in this game, I like Purdue in this one. They're at home, but I feel like Nebraska's going to keep it close. But Purdue's going to pull away in the fourth quarter and win the game 44-34. Tate.
Last game in the Big Ten West, we have Minnesota at Illinois. This game is going to determine a lot in the Big Ten West because these two are probably the favorites to win right now. So I think this is the Big Ten championship for the West right here. The winner of this game will win the division. And I think the Fighting Illini gets it done. We have a good matchup with Mo Ibrahim versus Chase Brown, but I like Illinois at home 24-21. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I feel like this is a game where Illinois stamps their mark in the Big Ten West and show them who's going to take the Big Ten West title. Tate, I have Illinois winning this game 17-19. Give me Illinois, Tate.
And we're going to head to the Big 12 games now. Starting off, we have Kansas at Oklahoma. Both teams are coming off losses. Kansas is coming off a huge loss because they lost their quarterback, but Oklahoma just got embarrassed in their rivalry game against Texas. I'm not going to lie, I think Oklahoma pulls this one out 41-38. I don't know, I just think they're going to get a bounce back win. Blake, who do you have?
Taking this game, I believe Oklahoma is going to continue struggling, and Kansas is going to get back on the right path after a tough loss to TCU. But give me the Jayhawks in this one, Tate, 40-21.
Last game in the Big 12 for this week, we have Iowa State at Texas. Like I said, I have Texas in my top 10, and if Quinn Ewers plays, they're going to dominate. Give me the Longhorns 38-10. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, same. It's Texas. They're at home. I expect them to win pretty big. Have them winning 38-17 over the Cyclones. Tate.
Heading into the ACC games, we have Clemson at Florida State. I'm going to book it right here. Jordan Travis wins the game for Florida State at home. Book it 23-20. Give me them Seminoles. Blake, who you got?
Oh, not so fast there, Tate. Give me Clemson Tigers. Florida State can't match up with Clemson on offense. And their defense may be just as good as Clemson, but if you can't score as much as Clemson, ain't going to beat Clemson. Give me Clemson away, Tate, 38-34.
Next up, we have a battle of blue bloods, known for basketball schools. We have North Carolina at Duke. Now, Duke is coming off loss to Georgia Tech, but man, Duke started out the season pretty well. But UNC, I just feel like they're too much talented team overall than Duke. So I'm going to go with UNC winning this game 45-41. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, in this game, I have North Carolina winning a nail-biter 40-37. I got North Carolina ranked number 22 in my polls. had a big win over Miami last week. Expect another big win this week against Duke.
Heading into the Pac-12 slate of games, we have Stanford at Notre Dame. Stanford is better than what the record shows, but Notre Dame is picking it up, and they're starting to look like a top 40 team right now. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame in a low-scoring game, 19-16. Blake, who do you have?
In this game, I have Notre Dame winning this game. I think Notre Dame's going to get up to a 20-0 lead and keep that lead throughout the whole game, winning the game 30-13.
Next up, we have an Arizona at Washington game. Washington has not been as good. I mean, they both won against Michigan State, and then they kind of plummeted. But I do think they get the win, 31-28, behind a good game by Penix. Blake, who do you have?
I have this being a real close game. Washington hit the brick wall in these last couple weeks, but I feel like they're going to get the win here at home with the score 25-21.
Last game up in the Pac-12, we got the battle of the sleeper teams. We have Washington State at Oregon State. These teams have been giving the good teams trouble in these past weeks, but I do think Washington State will win a close one at Oregon State, 20-17. Blake, who do you have?
The only thing really separating these teams from me is I like Washington State's offense a little bit more. I feel like they're more explosive. Oregon State's offense is your 3 runs punt type of team, But I have Washington State winning this game. 24-10.
Last conference up, we have the SEC. First up, we're going to start with LSU versus Florida. Games in Gainesville. LSU is overrated. I've been saying that all year. But I do like Anthony Richardson in this game. But I'm going Gators 21-16. Blake, who you have?
I picked LSU a couple times this season, and it's come back to bite me in the butt several times. But I do like Florida in this one at home, 33-30.
Next up, we have Auburn at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a team I am very high on. I feel like they come out and Jackson Dart has himself a day. Give me the Rebels 42-13. Blake, who do you have?
I agree with you there. I feel like Ole Miss is going to demolish Auburn. I don't think Auburn really has a chance against Ole Miss, but give me the Ole Miss Rebels 30-7.
Staying in the SEC, we have Vanderbilt at Georgia. Vanderbilt just played Alabama, Ole Miss, and now they have to play Georgia. This is going to be bad. This is going to be very, very bad. Give me the Bulldogs 48-3. Blake, who do you have?
I feel like Vandy's going to score a couple early touchdowns on Georgia this week.
You think so?
But I still have Georgia winning this game 37-14.
Last game in the SEC, we have Mississippi State at a struggling Kentucky Wildcats. I'm not sure on what Lewis's status is right now, but either way, I do think Mississippi State will win. Mississippi State has looked absolutely amazing this year. Will Rogers is playing out of his mind right now. So I'm going to go with the Bulldogs 37-34. Blake, who do you have?
I feel like this is going to be one of your old-fashioned SEC dogfights. But I have Mississippi State coming out with a 38-35.
Now it is time for the GOAT Game Day Top 5 of the week. Starting in the ACC Game of the Week, we have NC State at Syracuse. Syracuse is undefeated right now, and they're going to stay that way. They're 3-point favorites, but I have them covering the spread. Give me the Orange 27-21. Blake, who do you have?
I have the Wolfpack winning this game at Syracuse. It's going to be a close, hard-fought ACC game. NC State struggled last week against Florida State, but still came up with the win. I feel like it's going to repeat this week. They're going to struggle, but I feel like they're going to squeak out the win 17-16.
Now it's the Big 12 Game of the Week. We have Oklahoma State at TCU. TCU, Horned Frogs, is favored by 3.5, and that's not going to happen. Oklahoma State Cowboys, what's up? You're winning this game, baby. 45-42. Go Cowboys. Blake, who do you have?
Get your fireworks out. This is going to be a high-scoring Big 12 game. But give me TCU at home, 52-50.
52-50, man?
It's going to be a high-scoring one, my man.
All right. Now to our top 3 games of the week. We're going to go to the Pac-12 USC at Utah. Utah is actually projected to win. They're 3.5 favorites due to it being at home. And they do get this done. I'm going to go with Utah Utes 33-30. They get back on track and they take down the Trojans, the overrated Trojans. But Utah wins. Who do you have, Blake?
Tate, I disagree with you there. I feel like USC is going to put a stamp on this game and show us they're a real playoff contender in this game. Give me USC over the Utes 38-37. Tate?
Now it's time for the Big Ten game of the week. We have Penn State at Michigan. Spread is minus 7.5 for Michigan. They do cover the spread. I am going to go with Michigan winning this game 31-23. Now, most people are expecting it to be lower scoring, but this is where the QB decision for Michigan is right. If they start kidding McNamara, they're not scoring more than 20. J.J. McCarthy has himself a day, and Michigan gets the win. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I have the Wolverines winning this game at home. I have the score being 35-20. I feel like Michigan's offense has been dormant the last 2 weeks. I just feel like there's going to be a big explosion happening in Ann Arbor this weekend, Tate.
Now it's time for the GOAT game of the week. Alabama at Tennessee. Alabama is favored by 7.5. That is not happening this week. Hendon Hooker is him. Tennessee has been extraordinary this year, while Alabama has been struggling. If this game was at Bama, I'd take him. But it is not at Bama. It is down in Knoxville. Tennessee, let's go, baby. Blake, who do you have?
Tate, I have a feeling this could be the game of the year here. But I just don't think Tennessee is quite there yet. I have Bama winning this one, Tate, 38-29. Bama.
Well, that's our predictions, folks. Comment down who you have winning the top 3 games we had. But until then, GOAT Show out.
Peace out, Go Show.